Happening now, the mother of a Jamestown family who were rescued from a house fire this week is speaking out her message to the community next. Plus, an 18-year-old Amish teenager crashes his buggy while allegedly drunk. What sheriff's deputies say about the incident.
Well, enjoy that dry and comfortable air for today, because as we go into the weekend, it all changes. We'll talk about the details next as the News at Noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
The Jamestown mother who escaped smoke and flames unharmed says she's incredibly grateful for her neighbors and the police officer who came to their rescue. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Brooke Lucas and her 5 children met with Jamie Bilquist, who donated a $1,000 check to the family via his Rosie's Run Foundation this morning. In addition to that donation, a GoFundMe page has raised over $10,000, and clothing for the children is being collected by Pearl City Pets in downtown Jamestown. The family lost everything in the fire that destroyed their William Street home on Monday. The mother specifically highlighted actions of her neighbors and Jamestown police officer Mark Conklin, who came to their rescue. Both Lucas and her 12-year-old daughter Haley jumped from above a porch into Officer Conklin's arms. In the end, she says his actions were life-saving.
Still trying to wrap my head around it all. I'm just thankful everybody got together. It was definitely a family thing too for us to get out of there, and everybody was there at the right time. It's amazing. Yeah. Everybody's heroes. Everybody.
Now, the cause of the fire remains under investigation. However, Lucas suspects it started outside of her home, telling us possibly in an outer wall facing the porch. And now, for the first time, we are hearing directly from the hero officer credited with helping to rescue the young Haley, her sister, and her mother. The Jamestown police officer who helped save a family that woke up to their home completely engulfed in flames says he was simply at the right place at the right time. Officer Mark Conklin, in his first television interview since the rescue, was on another call around 12:20 Monday morning when he was alerted to the massive William Street blaze.
We just ran, basically to investigate, see what it was.
What he found was a structure fully engulfed in flames. The heat so hot, it melted siding of a nearby home.
Initially, I really didn't even feel the heat because adrenaline is just so high.
Explained Conklin while discussing the rescue of a child jumping from the porch roof of the single-family home.
I got you.
I knew they couldn't stay up there for long, so they had to get off somehow.
The footage from Officer Conklin's body camera has since gone viral. Jamestown Police Chief Tim Jackson says it's not only important for the public to see his heroic actions, but other police officers too.
It inspires the other officers, it inspires myself. And you can't train for it. It's in his heart.
In addition to the troves of well wishes posted online by many from not just here locally, but from across the nation as well, Jamestown Police Chief Tim Jackson tells me that Officer Conklin will be getting some more recognition.
He will also be recognized at City Council this Monday.
As for the praise, Conklin is grateful, but says,
Well, I'd say thank you, but honestly, this is what first responders do all over the world every day. I was at the right place at the right time, and I'm glad I could help.
Miraculously, no one was injured. However, Brooke and Hector Rivera, along with their 4 kids, lost everything. Officer Conklin and many in the community are now lending a hand.
We're here for them, and I think the whole community's here for them.
The family did not have renter's insurance and need to replace all of the items that was lost, which is why now Jamestown Police Chief Tim Jackson says it's important for others in the community to step up and help, becoming heroes themselves. To donate to the family or find out their clothing sizes, you can visit their GoFundMe page directly at helpriverafamily.com. In other news we're following, an Amish teen is accused of riding his buggy while intoxicated following a crash in the town of Clymer yesterday. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office reports that that crash happened around 6 o'clock at the intersection of Rapis Hill Road and Railroad Street. Deputies say that an alleged 18-year-old male, allegedly drunk, was at the reins of this horse-drawn buggy before it crashed. The horse was not harmed. The 18-year-old is charged with 2 counts of second-degree reckless endangerment and possession of alcohol by a person under the age of 21. Deputies say the teen is scheduled to appear in the town of Clymer Court at a later date. Well, the legacy of a late Jamestown City Councilwoman continues with efforts to help kids here locally. The daughter of former Ward 3 Councilwoman Vikki James, who passed away earlier this year, is now working to help connect underprivileged youth with post-high school education. However, as WNY News Now's Jason Ruttman reports, Kiana James needs the community's help raising money to make that idea a reality.
I want to take kids on college tours and also to help assist kids that want to further their education that are unable to. Jamestown is a little town. We don't know about the different opportunities that we have outside. We really don't have anybody to guide us. So I'm looking to be that bridge to give these kids the opportunities so they can go out, experience something else, and then come back and do good for your community.
Before her initiative can get underway, James is looking for financial support from those in the community. Next week, she, along with several others, are hosting a benefit in honor of her mother.
Jade Rivera, actually of Foodie Sweets and Eats, she actually reached out to me and wanted to do something for my mother because she always, helped her out when she was starting out with the food truck.
The benefit will happen at Jackson Taylor Park on July 31st, which James noted was her mother's birthday. She also expressed her desire to make it a yearly occurrence in the future.
There will be different activities there for the kids. We'll have bouncy house, face painting, activities for the adults, music, basketball, cornhole, auctions, and especially great food.
Starting at 2 p.m. and running until 9 p.m., the festivities will feature venues through 6, and a movie in the park will begin at 7. Ultimately, James wants to create a foundation that will honor her mother's legacy by helping local youth.
My end result is to get a community center so we can get our kids out the streets and just something that's productive in their life, give them that support because they may not have it at home.
Until then, James is focusing on the present, looking to generate local support for next weekend's festivities.
The community is the one that's going to make the benefit successful. They're going to make everything successful. Just to continue fighting for what she worked so hard for, for 40 plus years.
Jason Ruttman, WNY News Now.
Jason, thank you. Now, since the passing, there have been numerous events honoring the legacy of Councilwoman James, including a candlelight vigil and a Juneteenth festival that saw trees planted in her honor. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments section down below, or simply say hello. We'd love to hear from you. It's great to see Parissa. Good to see Wendy. Happy Friday to you. Great to see Donna and Rebecca as well. And again, we pinned that comment. It's helpriverafamily.com. Certainly a lot of great people stepping forward, definitely in this time of need. Well, let's switch gears a little bit and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joining us live now in studio. And the last couple days has really been needed relief for a lot of people weather-wise.
Yes, it has been. We've seen the cooler air and along with that, the dry weather, which we've desperately needed here to dry out from all the rain. This is a live look over the Randolph Beaches and Cream Sky Cam. Shows you puffy cumulus clouds overhead right now, 74 degrees in Randolph right now, and you'll see those clouds showing up on the satellite and radar imagery. There it is for you. So these are just mainly fair weather clouds, nothing coming out of them, and that's really going to be the story throughout the day today, and nothing in the weather department to really cause you a hassle today. So get out and enjoy the cooler and refreshing air because it's going away as we go into tomorrow. 70 was the high yesterday, started the day at 56, 98, and 36 are the record highs and lows for today. So through the afternoon, partly to mostly sunny, a few high clouds filter in later this afternoon. Still comfortable humidity, 73 to 78, with a northwest wind averaging 4 to 7 miles per hour. Now we get into some showers and storms for the weekend, and then the humidity spikes up. We'll talk about where it's going in just a few minutes. Justin.
All right, Dakota, we'll see you back in about 10 minutes. Governor Cuomo has signed legislation raising the age of consent for marriages to now 18. The new legislation is called NALA's Law, which builds upon a 2017 child marriage ban, which removed the ability for 17-year-olds to be married with parental and judicial consent. The law was named after Nayla Mina, who is a survivor of forced child marriage. The bill will take effect in 30 days after becoming law and will apply to licenses issued after August 22nd and marriages that had not had ceremonies prior to that date. Well, a new warning from the IRS. Beware of scammers trying to collect your child tax credit payments. Our Washington correspondent Matt Knadler is tracking what you need to know.
The warning from the IRS comes just 1 week after the agency began sending out those advanced child tax credit payments.
We want everybody to be very careful.
While scammers often come up with new ways to steal your money, officials say there are some easy ways to tell if the call or email you receive is fake.
IRS is never going to threaten you. The IRS is never going to demand immediate payment. So a lot of times these scam artists will say, if you don't pay right now, we're going to send the police.
The child tax credit payments are a hot commodity because half of the annual credit will be sent out over the next 6 months. And they are between $3,600 for children under age 6 and $3,000 for kids ages 6 to 17. The other half of the credit will be released after parents file their taxes next year. So the IRS is asking Americans to be vigilant both now and in the future.
We're never going to demand you pay a particular way. We're never going to demand that you pay immediately, and we're never, ever going to threaten you.
The IRS tells us they will not ask Americans to verify personal information to receive the child tax credit. All of this comes after scammers stole more than $56 billion from 49 million Americans through various schemes in 2020. In Washington, Matt Knadler reporting.
Matt, thank you. Coming up, dozens of Muffin products are recalled due to contamination concerns. What you need to know to keep your family safe. And later, the latest on the Tokyo Olympics as opening ceremonies get underway. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this Friday afternoon.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
Have the best summer ever with endless adventures at Girl Scout Summer Camp. Financial aid available, open to all girls. For more information, call or go to gswny.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
A dozen of Muffin products are being recalled over possible listeria contamination. Give and Go Prepared Foods Corporation is voluntarily recalling the muffins sold across the U.S. under various brand names, including Uncle Wally's. Walmart and 7-Eleven are among stores here locally where they were sold. The company is telling people to immediately dispose of them. Give and Go says there are no reported illnesses and the recall is out of an abundance of caution. You can find more information and specific products on the recall at fda.gov. Well, should vaccinated people start wearing masks inside again? That's something the White House is now considering. The CDC says the U.S. is averaging more than 40,000 new cases every day, but less than 58% of people 12 and up are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The White House says we are at a pivotal moment in the pandemic now. Earlier this year, the CDC dropped its mask recommendation for people who are vaccinated, but now President Joe Biden is holding preliminary conversations on whether that guidance should be revisited.
What's happening now is all the major scientific operations in this country and the 25-person group we put together are looking at all the possibilities of what's happening now.
White House officials have repeatedly said it will be up to the CDC whether to change official guidance. Well, today the Tokyo Olympic Games kicked off with an opening ceremony this morning. Japan spent billions of dollars to prepare for these summer games. Then came the pandemic, and most venues were suddenly closed to Olympic spectators. Will Ripley takes us on an aerial tour of Tokyo and those massive structures, which now mostly lie vacant.
Taking off, it really hits you. Hosting the Tokyo 2020 Summer Games is a massive logistical challenge.
This is one of the biggest cities in the world. Every single direction you look in, there's skyline. It's never ending.
One building really stands out. Tokyo's $1.5 billion Olympic Stadium.
Right now we're flying over the centerpiece of Tokyo 2020. Almost 70,000 seats in that stadium. Nearly all of them empty.
The Olympics' first ever spectator ban. A dramatically scaled down opening ceremony. Organizers say only about 950 VIPs attending, including U.S. First Lady Jill Biden. We get a closer look on the ground.
This is as close as most Japanese are able to get to their Olympic Stadium. Police have shut down surrounding roads and even fenced off the perimeter.
For everyday folks, this is their only shot at seeing the Olympics up close.
Public opinion polls show Japanese overwhelmingly don't want the games to go forward, but you wouldn't know it looking at these long lines of people who are waiting to take selfies in front of the Olympic rings.
I'm worried about the Olympic bubble. It's not perfect, but I want to cheer on the athletes.
That bubble to protect athletes from COVID-19. A small but growing number of athletes are testing positive, even inside the Olympic Village.
I'm so excited to go to Tokyo, but I'm also terrified the fact that you could fly all the way there and then test positive.
Athletes are tested for COVID daily, asked to arrive 5 days before competing and leave 2 days after. From above, you can see how packed it is.
Some 18,000 athletes and officials will be staying in those buildings down there. You can see a lot of their national flags on the sides.
Most of the Olympic venues are here in Tokyo. Japan invested billions, only to have fake crowd noise echoing through all those empty stands.
This is going to be an Olympics like none other, and the world is watching. They want to see if Japan can pull this off in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a state of emergency, without the Olympics turning into a super spreader event. Will Ripley, flying above Tokyo.
Will, thank you. Well, the National Weather Service has a new way to warn you that dangerous storms are in your area. The NWS is adding a damage threat tag to its severe thunderstorm warnings. They say the new tag will better convey the potential impact from thunderstorm winds and hail. The damage threat comes in 3 categories: destructive, considerable, and base. Base stands for baseline, which is the lowest threat. Destructive is the most dangerous, and it means baseball-sized hail and 90-mile-per-hour winds might be present. It means any area is facing a life-threatening thunderstorm that could cause substantial damage. These storms could also trigger a wireless emergency alert now on your device, too. The new threat tag will start being used on July 28th. And I know Dakota and I have talked about this leading up to it, and I hear, Mr. Hunter, this is an important step forward to modernize some of these alerts we're getting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the wireless emergency alerts are a great thing. And I mean, you know, we talk about it a lot when we go through severe weather about how we, now in the early days, we were unsure how WIA worked, but we've got a lot more information in now about how the system actually works. But they only push tornado and flash flood warnings. Well, now the highest end category, the destructive severe thunderstorm warnings, will now push a WIA alert. And those are the most damaging thunderstorms that you can get without seeing a tornado. And studies have, and a study that came out have shown that lives would have been saved and damage would have been much more mitigated had WIA alerts been set out during the big derecho that occurred in Iowa last year in August. And that occurred, and that caused over $11 billion, with a B, billion dollars in damage. It was the costliest thunderstorm event in U.S. history. And if WIA alerts would have been pushed back then for those thunderstorms, you know, the damage could have been greatly mitigated. And the one thing we have to remember too is that these kinds of thunderstorms that reach the destructive category are about 10%. About 10% of all thunderstorms throughout the year only reach the, you know, that particular category. But yet those are the most damaging thunderstorms. So if you're in an area that gets, so the new thunderstorm warnings will have damage tags written within them. So the base thunderstorm, 58 miles per hour, 1-inch hail, that's unchanged. Right. That will not get a WIA alert.
And I think a lot of people, one of the big things that they try to do is interpreting what is coming. And I think that's why it's so important to still have that the human angle. You know, for severe thunderstorm warnings, you know, you break it down so well on social media. So follow us at WNY News Now, at Hunter's WX directly if you want to stay up to date on local weather here in southwestern New York. And today, luckily, no severe storms.
No rain out there today, but we'll take a look at the temperatures over the past 7 days because that sticky air that we've had, it's gone for now. Look at the high yesterday. On Wednesday, 69 and also 70 yesterday. So the refreshing air is a nice change. We've needed this, and it's also some dry air that we need as well. But yeah, don't get used to it because it's going away as we go through the weekend. Look at the muggy meter shooting up into the humid category, and then by the time we go into Sunday and throughout much of next week, we'll be hanging out in that muggy category. Dew points will be up there, so you're going to be feeling that stick in the air once again. So I'm sorry, but it's July. It's supposed to be hot and humid. Now tomorrow, Tarp Skunks hopefully will be taking on the Batavia Muck Dogs tomorrow night. And this is also going to be their Christmas in July game. So we've got Santa Claus right there. And now, unfortunately, we do have a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms during the game. We're hopeful these will stay away. But we can't be too positive on that. So it might be another rain out. We hope not. But we'll see where it goes. Just a few puffy white clouds from the HD News Now cam. 70 as a noon hour, southwest wind to 12, and the dew point still down there. So that's not going to be an issue through the day today. So enjoy today. Get out and enjoy it because it's changing as we go into the weekend. Now, speaking of tomorrow, there is a low-end marginal risk, a level 1 on a scale of 1 to 5 for the westernmost areas of western New York and northwestern Pennsylvania. And then on Sunday, the SPC has a marginal risk for the inland areas. That would include Warren County, Pennsylvania, and then the portion, and then that far eastern portion of Cat County going out to the east. And showers and storms both tomorrow and Sunday could produce some strong winds and maybe some hail as well. We'll keep our eyes on those through the weekend. And here's the reason why. This warm front, along with a stationary front down to the south, this is going to be moving like this to the northeast. That high pressure moves out, that front moves our way, and that is going to become the focal point for showers and thunderstorms through the weekend. But the showers and storms tomorrow is not going to arrive until later in the day. We'll show it to you on Future Scan. Dry today, but you'll notice a few puffy clouds in the sky tonight. A mainly clear sky. Stargaze tonight. It'll be a great night for it. Now tomorrow, we'll start dry through the day tomorrow with a partly to mostly sunny skies, but later in the day, toward the later afternoon and evening hours, we'll start to get some showers popping up in here, and that's out ahead of that front as it moves on through. And then by the time we go into Sunday, we'll see more widespread showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. And again, both tomorrow and Sunday, there is that marginal risk that a couple of them could be a bit on the stronger side. We'll keep our eyes on it, of course. So the zone forecast, the inland area areas today, likely lower to mid-70s. We'll do it across much of the area today. Have one on us. You deserve it. Yeah. How about the future? Next 7 days right there. 80 tomorrow. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms later in the day. Showers and thunderstorms through the day on Sunday, becoming much more humid as well. We stay muggy on Monday, but should be mainly dry. And then much of next week, we will bring in a chance for scattered showers and storms through Wednesday and Thursday. Take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. In an effort to help a furry friend find a forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society in our Pet of the Week segment. We got a little bit of a change today. Joining us live is Amanda Sublett to talk more about this week's featured furry friend, who's coming to us live from south of the New York-Pennsylvania border at the Erie, PA PetSmart on Peach Street. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Justin. So we're actually hanging out here because I wanted to share some of my friends here right now. We've got Max here. These guys are looking for their home. Tomorrow we have a special adoption event shared with the Anna and Erie Animal Network here. We will be here from 11 to 3 with many dogs, cats, kittens, puppies, you name it. We are looking for them to find their forever homes. So everybody is getting ready, especially Max. I'm going to show you some of my other friends too. Over here we've got Powder Puff taking a nice little nap. We've got Rocket. He's another love bug. Gabby, who is actually not too chatty. And then Mario down here. These guys are already here. You're welcome to come by and meet ahead of time if you wanted, but we'll have a whole bunch more with us tomorrow.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a great day to partner with groups like this to try to get from the shelter to a public space of sorts. How important is that?
I didn't catch that last part. How what?
How important is it to partner, to be able to display these animals out in the public like this?
Oh, it's incredibly important. You know, it makes a big difference in the work that we do. Without their help, we would not be able to get these guys their homes. So many people walking by can just fall in love because they're right here in front of them. And it gives everybody an opportunity at going home, which is the ultimate goal. We all want to work together to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we talk about, having good home environments. I imagine somebody who maybe is shopping at a pet store, they're already prepared, or at least they have the skills and supplies that are there. What are some of the things that you, and I know Brian will be doing, and others at the Humane Society come during tomorrow's event to try to educate people, maybe people who are from outside of the Chautauqua County area, about what you guys do?
Honestly, it's everything. Anybody has a question, we're definitely going to be here to answer it. If you need help with your animals at home, we can help you to answer that as well. But the ultimate goal is getting animals into a home and keeping them in a home. So whatever we can do to make that happen, we want to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, tomorrow, head on over from 11 to 3. Is that the correct time?
Yep.
11 to 3.
You want to be prepared to fall in love at first sight.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for anyways. And just cats that you'll have there, or will you have a couple furry dogs as well?
Dogs and puppies.
Ooh. You had me with puppy. That's it. I'll be down. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us today. And to learn more about any of the animals who are at the shelter, it's so easy. You can just check them out online. It's chqhumane.org. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and in our mobile app. We'll leave you with this live look over Randolph. Have a great weekend. We're back here Monday.